So let me do the spinal cord Macarena for you. Now, what you're going to find is if you follow in your handout, this is really just it's just that chart put into action, but you can certainly follow along. And then I'll actually go back and I'll explain it so you understand what I'm doing. And then yes, I want everybody to stand up wherever you are at home, and I want you to do the spinal cord Macarena with me. All right, so here it is, the spinal cord Macarena. C1 to 4, breathe no more. C5, C6, C7, C8, T4, T10, S3, that's the end. Now, did you follow that along on the chart? But let me explain what I did there. C1 to 4, breathe no more. Because from C4 up, you lose all of your respiratory muscles. The diaphragm is at C4, so you lose the diaphragm, you lose your intercostals because they're below C4, and you lose your accessory muscles. So you can't breathe. So C4 and up, you're going to be apneic. Who's the most famous example of this? It's a little old example now, but a few years ago it was Christopher Reeves, right? Superman. He had an injury at C4 and he was ventilator dependent. C1 to 4, breathe no more. Now C5s can raise their arms up, but that's it. So they can they just get their upper arms. So all they can do is just bring their arms up. That's C5. Now C6s, they're able to bring their lower arms up but not put them down. So they have the muscles for this action, but then they can't do this. They can only come up, right? So this is what you get at C6. Now C7, they can put their arms down. So C7s can bring their arms up and put them down. So that's C7. And then C8, you can make a fist. So if I do it again, C1 to 4, breathe no more. C5, C6, C7, C8. Now the second part of the Macarena is sensory. T4, you lose all sensation from the nipples down. T10, you lose all sensation from the waist down. And then S3, that's the end, you lose all sensation around there, all right? So T4, T10, S3, that's the end. Now, you can kind of figure out the ones in between, T4, T5, T6, T7, T8, T9, T10. So you're gonna lose one dermatome at a time as you fracture, or as you lose each of those T's, but T4 is the nipple, T10 is the waist, and then you can figure out the ones in between. Should we try it together? Stand up, no matter where you are, stand up. We're gonna do it together. Here we go. C1 to 4, breathe no more. C5, C6, C7, C8, T4, T10, S3, that's the end. Now, if you get a question like that on your